Alright, that should say we're going live. It's always awkward because I never know if it cuts off this first few seconds or if it just waits and puts this first few seconds on the thing. So we'll find out. I guess I should make a post saying that we're live. Well, hello everyone, if we're awkwardly, it's still connecting, but there we go. Let me just do a few little things to get us ready. You want to talk while I explain what we're doing tonight?
So tonight, unfortunately, we couldn't have or participate in the was it Pick a Plane Sealed?
Yeah, it ended last night.
So instead, we're gonna test a new standard deck that Tiny had put together.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a rug ramp deck.
Yeah, we get to play ramp again.
Yeah.
Now that Marvel's gone. Alright. But before we jump into that, there's a couple of things that I want to advertise / mention. I'll bring the Facebook thing over. First of all, this Friday, you, me, and Andre are going to the Team Constructed Showdown. I get it's not officially an F&M, they're not saying it, but it's Friday night at 7. Hosted by the Bearded Dragon over in New Jersey. Just a heads up, if you guys like team events and want to go to something like that, just keep that in mind. And then the other thing is Modern for a Mox. Coming up in almost exactly a month, July 16th, Sunday, here at Save Point. Registration starts at 11, the tournament starts at 12.
It's
And
$30 buy-in.
$30 buy-in. And first place is a Mox Pearl. And more prizing gets added on after 20 players. So that'll be sweet. I know I'm definitely coming. I know you wish you could come, but you have to work, unfortunately. And beyond that, I think we can jump right into playing our games. So like Matt pointed out, we're playing Rug Ramp. The numbers aren't completely locked down because I just want to test a few ideas I'm having. First of all, I'm playing Sandworm Convergence. Definitely misread this card. I thought it was Moat, so I thought it was creatures without flying can't attack you or planeswalkers you control. Turns out it's the opposite. But still, like, it ties down some of their threats and makes a 5/5 every end step, or every one of your end steps.
Which is pretty oppressive.
Yeah.
And just all on its own. Just 5/5 is pretty fat.
Yep, and then beyond that, we're casting Ulamog, Worldbreaker, Uvenwald Hydra to get us to those things, Bounty of the Lux as a card advantage engine, and then just everything else is ramp spells and things that find mana. Our sideboard's kind of wonky. I know 2 of the cards are just me asking you what random cards you should play because I couldn't find 2 cards. Beyond that, let's just queue up a standard league. We'll do a friendly standard league.
Alright. So while we're waiting, there's some pretty exciting things that got announced today in the world of Magic, in case you haven't heard. First, the one a lot of people are most excited for is, what is it called?
I forget the actual... what the name of it is, but third unset.
The third unset. And Maro promised that there will be squirrels.
Perfect.
The next set, probably my favorite thematically I've ever heard of in Magic ever. Pirates versus Dinosaurs.
Yeah.
I'm super
Can't wait
excited.
for that dual deck. Speaking of dual decks, we're also getting Goblins versus Merfolk dual deck. That'll be fun. I know we'll definitely play that on stream.
Definitely.
Alright, well, we're in a match, so good luck to us. Alright. Jared's over there telling us that we shouldn't have luck. We should just win with skill. I think we keep this. We have ramp spells and fatties, and a card that says draw card.
Yeah. I mean, if we go back to last week, can confirm that I did say that I would have a tilt story if I wasn't so good. So let's just forget 2 weeks ago when we didn't win too many Pauper games.
That was awful. Oh, we can't lose here. Instantly lose.
Swirling sandstorms, I'll never forget.
Never forget.
You're not losing if you're learning, right?
Yeah. Alright, I haven't tested this deck against not Miracle, why did I say Miracles? Vehicles all that much, so we'll see how that goes. We'll probably be bringing in our red wraths and such. Hey, we're only taking one now, so that's a good sign.
I feel like vehicles has gotten less artifact heavy over over time.
Yeah. Okay, well we just saved 2 damage, so that's a plus. Alright, well, let's get this ramp spell in, because what are we going to do, not cast ramp spells? Next turn we can play a tune into either Spring or Rogue Refiner. We'll probably be springing to just get this World Breaker out as fast as possible to deal with this Heart of Kirin. And we'll probably get a mountain with one of these, and then, I don't know, click on a random card with the other. And now we'll be taking, I'm assuming he's going to accrue this up. And we'll take 4. Or actually, we'll probably take more than that. Alright, so, when he attacks here, let's do some math. If he attacks with this 3/2. Alright, so next turn will be... We'll play a land, so we'll have 4. Spring up to 5, then 6. So what do you think of blocking and trading here? Or I guess we can... So my thought is we can block trade... Land, Rogue Refiner, planning to... I guess this is always going to accrue here.
Doesn't he gain first strike, though?
It's if you have 3 or more artifacts.
Oh, okay.
Actually, we can take a turn off. We can take 3 to... Like, we can always just... I guess we're not blocking. We're probably attuning next turn. We can also Rogue Refiner next turn. I like that. I like having Rogue Refiner to block.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because ultimately we want as much mana as we can.
Mm-hmm.
And I think keeping the mana dork is
Yes.
probably better for us in the long run.
Yeah.
Especially since we're basically racing to see if we can cast a World Breaker more than anything else.
Yep. Played that slightly suboptimally. He knows we have a mountain in hand now. One, two, three, four. Okay, so next turn we want to draw a 2-drop of some sort, or a Wrath. A Wrath would be really good. Like, obviously we lose some of our mana, but we get to hit so many of...
thing I like about
I think we're
vehicles.
just dead now, I guess.
Vehicles are just so efficient. He's only on 2 lands, and just the power they're able to put out.
Yeah.
I do like seeing veteran motors back in lists.
Yep. Alright, well, we're just dead to him attacking, so moving on. I think we want things that destroy artifacts and Radiant Flames. I don't think we need much else. I think we can cut Ulmog.
How do you feel about cutting 1 or 2 of them?
Yeah.
Because Sandworm Convergence does turn off Heart of Kirin.
Mm-hmm. But I don't think we need all 4. I also
No.
don't think we need all 4 Bounty of Luxa. Honestly...
I could see us cutting 1 more of each, personally.
Yeah. Yeah, we can just top out at World Breakers, and obviously we'll still have other fatties.
World Breakers is really nice in this
Yeah.
matchup too, just because of the...
Mm-hmm.
the ability to remove an artifact because he
Yes.
exiles, right?
Yes.
So we're able to get rid of a scrap heap scoundrel
Mm-hmm.
permanently. And
Yeah, I can snap keep this, except we have no colored. Alright. This isn't great, but it's not awful. Luckily, he's also mulliganing. Alright, well, we're going to top that. Alright, so relevant that it's Mardu vehicles, not red-white. We didn't know that as of last game, so things to keep in mind.
which basically just confirms scrap heap scoundrel, maybe unlicensed disintegration.
Yep. Also fatal push, but he probably took, I don't know. Nope, didn't take fatal pushes out. Perfect, it plays into our curve. Alright, I'm gonna get a red source.
And hope for the
Yeah. Well, I mean, we don't really need to hope, but it's just like
nice to be online for the Wrath.
Yep. Plus we have the second spring, and this is really good if he just passes here. I think he didn't realize he went to beginning of combat. That's always annoying when you do that.
He played a Heart of Cran.
Sure, that's fine. That's nice. Alright, now we can get an island. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and now even if we don't hit a land drop, we get the Hydra and the World Breaker. And he's not doing much. Oh man, that's great. Alright, well.
And the second World Breaker.
Yep. Alright, I'm going to get a second island. Oh, he's just going to go ahead and disintegrate? Sure. That didn't matter. We just wanted to land. But yeah, I'm going to get a second... Or no, I'll get the Lumbering Falls. I forgot you can get any land. Now we have access to flashing back our... whatever these are. Mines. Sure. Yeah, we'll take 4.
So what's really good with the 2 World Breakers here is we can first one get rid of the Heart of Cran. Hold up. He's not going to attack through a 5/7. And then we get to exile his Scrap Heap Scoundrel, which I think is one of the more annoying cards to deal with in Standard.
Yeah. Alright, so this one, I'm not going to sack Sanctum. That way we can cast the second one. And then on the second one, I think we will sack Sanctum, because in the next 2 turns, we'll probably have drawn a land.
Yeah.
We also have this for any other random artifacts.
Oath of Liliana, so now we
Sack creature. Okay. Sure. That's fine. Alright. Yep, take 3, go to 10. Alright. What did he do with those scries? Top, bottom.
until he plays a... So he gets to make a 2/2 each turn if he has a Planeswalker?
It's whenever he did cast it. I think I'm going to actually exile it, because I'm not too scared of these creatures at the moment, especially since we can...
destroy Scrap Heap Scoundrel.
Yeah, and him making extra 2/2s would be annoying, especially if he's playing a Gideon. And I'm going to go ahead and sacrifice Sanctum, go get another World Breaker. Sure, he can, yeah. That's fine. If that's the card he topped, obviously can't really attack here. Alright. Alright, I'm just gonna pass. Because we get to... We can either buy back our World Breaker or Spring to Mind.
2, 3, 4, 5.
He knows our hand.
How do you feel at...
I'm just gonna buy back this World Breaker.
Yep.
And go ahead and...
He can just bring it back.
Does he have a creature to do it with? No, he does not.
No, he does not.
And I'm fine with him just bringing it back. Even so... Oh. Whoops. Didn't realize that put us down to 6 lands instead of... That's fine. We'll...
We have 7.
2,
Right.
3, 4... No, it's 6. Because this only makes 2 at...
Is it 7 or more?
Yeah. Which is fine. Watch, he'll play an artifact here anyway that would have been relevant.
I was going to say we could always hit his red source to keep him off of unlicensed.
Yeah. Well, we'll just take 3 here and then we get to... You're still an end of combat, man. What was he... Is he just like leveling us? Ew. Yeah, we'll just World Breaker.
I would get rid of his red source.
Awkward this making 2 mana doesn't actually help with World Breaker.
Well, we could have held up a green in case we wanted to cycle.
Alright. Yeah, I think I'm gonna...
Radiant Flames?
Yeah.
And then we were able to...
attack, and we can then buy back this World Breaker. So what do you think of the deck so far?
I think it's sweet. I mean, can't really argue being able to
Yeah.
play 5/7s
Mm-hmm.
and keep recurring 5/7s.
Yeah, that's my favorite part of World Breaker.
And again, we can get rid of his red source.
Yeah.
It's fair.
They don't have hasters, right?
No.
Okay.
No, the closest thing he can do to haste would be if he's still playing Walking Ballista, but he
Oh, yeah.
doesn't have near enough mana to
Yeah.
get us with a Walking Ballista.
Sure, that does not matter.
How do you feel about cycling this Dissenter's Deliverance? Thoughts on it?
I think we can wait and do it.
Yeah, because I guess we do have a pretty favorable board here, too.
Yeah. Now we have a billion mana.
Alright.
I'm just gonna crash at him. I don't think there's, like, we can chump this worst comes to worst. And he's forced to...
And that forces him to block. He could use Gideon almost as like a moat or a snaring bridge in essence if we go after the Gideon.
Yeah. Alright. I think we're good the way we are.
Honestly, the way that game went, Ulamog wasn't necessarily the worst card.
Okay. Probably better than, like...
A Sandworm, yeah.
Would you rather have a confiscation coup over? No.
So, confiscation coup. So we get to take an artifact or a creature.
So another thing I want to do is I think we want to do that so that we like have as much stuff that gets us to Ulamog as possible.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think that's good. Alright. Yeah, I think game one we just stumbled.
Yeah. So while we're waiting for him, I'm really excited for the Archenemy decks.
Oh yeah, you talked about wanting to play those and making either a video or a review or something.
Yeah. I know SafePoint will be having them on Friday if you're interested, listeners. I think they're going for around 60.
Right. And what's included in them?
So it comes with 4 pre-built decks.
Okay.
And each of the 4 decks comes with a reprinted alternate art Planeswalker.
Okay.
So there will be one for Nicol Bolas Planeswalker.
Alright.
Be one for Gideon Jura, one for Nissa Worldwaker, and one for a Chandra. I can't really recall which Chandra. But then it will come with, I think it said 20 schemes.
Nice.
And a 100 life total counter.
Okay.
I think these these box sets that they're doing they're very well done.
Yep. Yeah, they've been really good and really fun to play. Yeah. Alright, let's draw a Wrath. That would be really good right now.
Really good.
Alright. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
We can also play a Channeler Initiate. Put the counters on the one out.
Okay.
We'd fall back on mana, but we'd have a 3/4 on the board. And right now he doesn't have the mana for Fatal Push or Unlicensed Disintegration. That doesn't mean he doesn't in hand, but these are things we can think about. I think right now we're not so dire that we need to worry about that, but...
So my other thought is we play 2 Channelers, putting counters on them, and hope to rip a land to just World Breaker.
Yeah.
We'll be taking 7, going to 8, but we'll still have a bunch of dudes that we can like block with.
Yeah.
I like that. What do you think of that?
Yeah.
Alright. Let's just cross our fingers. Let's just draw that Wrath. I mean, pretty soon we can just like start. Yeah, that's fine. Like worst comes to worst, next turn we just like trade everything except for his 1/2. Actually, we might have to do that.
Because we'd have to tap everything. Because it's 7. Well, no. He's doing 7 damage. The problem is we're dead to an unlicensed disintegration.
But like, what are we doing? I guess like
We can he activate the Needle Spire? Well, we
No,
could always
it's
blow it.
4.
Yeah, we can always just destroy the Needle Spire too.
Yeah.
So we're
So
not,
like, there's worlds where he just can't attack here. I think I like that. I think I like
playing spring,
Yeah.
and then playing it a little safer.
Yeah. Because like that spring lets us keep up one extra dude. I do think we remove counters from these two. Because that... Oh. Okay.
We can block
3, 4,
his
5,
1/2 with
6.
that one,
Yeah, and then
take 3. But then we get to keep a Channeler Initiate.
we have outs to a land, lets us world break. Oh, what? Oh, I hit. Damn it. Alright, I accidentally hit F2. So let's just draw a Wrath.
And that's game.
Yep. Yeah, because we would have been in a really good spot there. Because
Yeah.
we get to, like, bounty. Alright, yeah. Sorry, guys. Misclicks. That was annoying.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that was... I guess, like, if he just lets us sit around, it's not great for him.
Yeah, I think what we can take away from this, though, is that, like, we did well against a deck that's supposed to be faster than what we can ramp.
Yeah. Yeah, and there were worlds where we were, like, winning there. I definitely think we were very favored after that exchange.
Yeah, because he had lost both his Veteran Motors that we blocked and his Thraben Inspector, and then we would have had open a Channel Initiate next turn to block.
And we get to bounty of Luxa there, and
which would have held him back.
Yeah.
And then the bounty of Luxa would have put us into World Breaker.
Yep. Yeah. Darn. Yeah, I thought my finger was on the 1, not the 2. Is anyone watching? Eh. And it'll at least be recorded. People seem to watch it on YouTube more than live, so that's cool. Yes. And we'll wish them good luck. And out of the corner of my eye... I think I'm fine keeping this. It's slow, but... There's decks where this hand's really good against. Like, even against aggro, we just cause Lux Return, and against everything else, we just cast things.
Yeah.
That is how Magic works. Just a pro tip. That's good.
Alright.
2-drop. No, okay. We won't tell them that we're rug for a little bit. Alright, spring.
So depending on what he plays here, I think Bounty of Lux is just probably our best choice. But at the same time, blue-white, there's a chance that... I think we're losing if we don't do something.
Yeah. I mean, we're probably going to get censored. Yeah, that's fine. Let's just hit our land drops. Luckily, blue-white is the deck that probably has the most flyers. Ew, that's nice. Yeah, I really like Channeler Initiate because it doesn't die to Cloud. Like, the first time it dies to Kozilek's, but after that... Oh, I bet this is the
combo deck?
It might be. I don't know. 2, 3, 4, 5,
Was that
6.
second? No,
Yeah, it's not second sunrise, but it's like close to that, word-wise. It might also just be blue-white control. Blue-white control would play both these cards.
Yeah. Another censor? Nope. 5 mana.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's blue-white control. I think we can pretty easily beat that, especially with the 4 main deck bounty of the Luxa.
I think we're also doing pretty well that we're resolving things.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they could play Wraths.
Yeah.
Sure.
Negate.
That's fine. 4, 5, 6. Alright, so we just play another one of these. And we go get a Sanctum. What is this? What are you doing over there, Glenn Gold?
Approach the second sun.
Okay, so he is playing Approach of the Second Sun, but it's a control deck? So how far down is it?
7.
That's fine.
6.
But it's the 7th card he'll draw.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think we just get in there with that.
I think, yeah, it's gonna make more damage in the long run than World Breaker.
Yeah. Oh, does he just have a second one? No. Okay. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You want a world break and go get an Ulamog and then hope to draw land?
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
And that actually, if we get to cast both of them, that takes him off. Sure. Alright, well, we get to bring in a bunch of negates and nisses and stuff like that. Sure. Oh, so how much closer is he then? So it's been, what, 2 turns? Plus that, so 4, so he has 3 more turns, assuming no card draw.
Alright, but how much mana does it cost to cast? Because if we can keep bringing back World Breaker...
It's exiled.
Oh,
it was
correct.
Void Shatter.
You're correct.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So close. God. On the plus side, I think negates seem really good against this deck.
Well, I didn't... Oh, so... Never mind. There it is. I think Sandworm Convergence was kind of bad. I do like Desolation Twin just because it says cast in case he counters it. We still have 10 power.
10 man's a lot. What do you think of Void Winnower? A lot of his stuff is even. Alright, so Kozilek's returns are garbage.
Yeah. I think Nissa's gonna be good.
Oh, yes. So we can probably do something like that. And cut a Rogue Refiner, I guess. Because it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Sure.
What do you think I should play for Monarch?
Through the Breach. It's probably the easiest like deck to pick up. I don't know.
I think I have that as an option. Living End is an option too.
Yeah. Alright, let's draw a ramp spell next turn. Or still want to draw some ramp spells, especially since he has weird mana. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Okay, that's good. Alright, let's start breaking his world. Sure. I like where we are now.
Yeah.
And after all this, we get to cast Nissa with Negate up.
Yeah. Yeah, these are basically just bait spells, it feels like.
Yeah.
Land destruction.
Yeah, it's it's Sinkhole, discard a card. It's great.
Because the thing we want them off of definitely is mana.
Yeah.
I do like how Nessa Vital Force is basically Kath of the Hammer, but they with a key change. The land gains haste.
Yeah.
So what does that do?
It's O-Ring.
Can't we negate it?
I think we can. Yeah, we could have, but I think. I'm fine holding Negate for other things.
Okay.
And it's mostly I blanked on the fact that we could negate.
Fumigate. So there is a good reason to.
Alright, let's. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Nah. Oh. Okay.
Sweet.
Deck's great, we're great. Yeah.
Yeah.
That went well. I like Nisses. Nisses are really good because they also turn your like future things like spring into card draw because you can emblem her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
I really
also,
like this.
She's also kind of a ramp spell a little bit, just in the fact that turn after you play her, you can float the mana and tap it.
Yep.
Thing in the ice.
Sure. Alright, I am going to cast Bounty Alexa because we drew a second one. Yeah. I like that.
Wonder if they're held up for mana.
Yeah, because, like, he's so close to just being able to cast this. Yep, he's missing land drops.
That's really good for us.
Yeah. Let's draw a World Breaker. I guess we don't get to cast it immediately, but...
Third bounty.
I like it. Oh.
Ooh.
Alright, well, yeah. Bounty Deluxe is a hell of a card. Alright, where's Andre? He said he was going to be... I guess it'll be a little bit longer for him to get here. But yeah, so the announcements, yeah, all that stuff you mentioned is really awesome. From the Vaults Transform, that's going to be cool. I know for next episode, you and I and probably Andre are going to all try and guess what 15 flip cards they do. And we'll see who gets the closest.
We should put a bet on it.
Crewing vehicles.
Yeah. Yep. Dinosaurs crewing vehicles. I'm going to keep this. Has a ramp spell and fatties to eventually hit. Alright, well that's less good for us.
Alright, so we see Thraben Inspector. So off the top of our head, that just looks like a vehicles deck.
It could be vehicles. It could also be there's a aristocrat style deck.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know Russell's been playing it a lot. So we're hoping it's the aristocrat style deck because it's a lot slower than vehicles. But we're leaning towards it's probably vehicles. Ew. I like that. Maybe he's just playing optimally. Maybe he's missing his land drop. We'll find out.
Oh, there it is.
Could also just be mono white. Mono white Thraben Inspectors. Alright, well we're just gonna do nothing for some. Luckily he's not punishing us for that. And we're gonna get a red source with this first spring.
Alright, so
That makes me think he's missing a second color. It probably is. I don't think there's a like great mono white deck. There could be a okay mono white deck, but alright, yep. Red white, either aggro or vehicles. Alright, go ahead.
So we've kind of had a really slow start, which is really fortunate that
He's doing very little. Yeah.
he's probably doing less than we are, I'd say, because at least we're holding back and we're just gonna like go off. For
Yeah, next turn
something.
we get to cast Hedron Archive, use that mana to cast Spring, and then we'll be really in the game. Yeah. Called it. Tribal Thraben Inspectors.
Reckless
Ew.
Bushwhacker. That's gonna hit pretty hard.
I mean, it's not obscenely hard since they're just 1/2s after this.
Yeah.
But I'm really wishing this was Moat right about now. Ew. That's interesting. Unfortunately, we can't do a ton. So we're dead to him doing like any more Bushwhacker stuff. We go to 4. The problem is once we go to 4, like how much stuff are we playing? The one thing we can do is if we play Hedron Archive, we get to draw a bunch of cards looking for Wrath next.
Yeah, we also get the outs to just World Breaker away from a red source.
Yeah. I think we have to do that.
Yeah, and just hope for the best.
Mm-hmm.
Because a blocker isn't gonna help us.
Alright, now we just hope. So it's the red-white aggro deck. That's fine. Okay. Let's just draw the
probably- That's
Wrath.
the best thing that we could have seen.
Yeah. Wrath. Sure. Alright, well, we're gonna start with a tuning. Play that. We have. So we have to try for a Wrath. And alright, here's hoping.
Nope.
Yep, we're just dead. Okay. Alright, well, these Radiant Flames come in. There's not a ton else. Wilmog's definitely not great in the hyper aggro. And
Sandworm Convergence probably isn't either.
like Nissa might be better than some of the Sandworms even.
Yeah.
Because it just makes 5/5s that block. Oh, you know how much I wish this was Moat. Alright, well, let's try that. So what this is telling me is we need to lean towards making... Oh, man.
I think a little bit more removal in the board.
Yeah, like aggro type. Oh, man. I think I want to keep this.
So we're going first.
So we have a ton of green sources. Yeah, let's get greedy. What do you think of this keep?
I think if we hit the green source on our first draw, the hand's like...
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
It's just perfect. But like if we don't get the green source, we're probably gonna get hit hard.
Yeah.
Really fast, and we'll probably lose. So
I mean, luckily, hitting any mana is pretty okay with Kozilek's Return.
Yeah. And
that wasn't quite the mana I was looking for.
the nice thing about Kozilek's Return is the word instant.
Mm-hmm.
I think because you just wait for them to go hit you for half your life or more, and you just go, they're all dead, because none of these are gonna really get past two toughness.
Oh man, luckily he's also... See, we're gods of magic. I'm just gonna play this Chandler since we're not under a ton of pressure to Kozilek's Return, so this guy should be big enough to survive soon enough. Now if we just draw another mana, we can Nissa and start... We can even start racing, even. Yes, I said even twice, you heard me. What of it? So you excited for this team event this weekend?
Definitely. Haven't gotten a whole lot of time with Eldrazi, but from the little bit of time I've had with it, it definitely feels like a fun deck.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what team events are mostly about. Like, more than like solo competition. It's about, for me at least, it's about competing. It's about winning. But team events, it's about just going out with your buddies and just having a good time.
Yeah. All right. Play this Hedron Archive. I guess I could have played Nissa, but I like making as much more.
Nissa will probably die if we play her, because even though we'd have a 5/5 blocker, they'll probably just still have enough to get through.
Yeah.
So here we're holding up Kozilek's Return, and like we had already mentioned, I think Kozilek's Return is just insane against what he's trying to do.
Depending on how this turn goes, we're probably going to wait to untap so we can save our mana dork.
Yeah. Yeah, if he drops a Bushwhacker.
We're willing to trade our mana dork for...
Yep, there it is. Because that's a lot of damage.
Yeah. And we get, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 for 2? I like that math.
And then we still just have Nissa.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're at a high enough life total that I'm fine just jamming instead of like holding back just in case he has a haster. We're good at hitting the green source we needed. Alright, so next turn we get to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we get to World Breaker. Needle Spire. Sure, that doesn't matter. I mean, I guess now it does. No, it doesn't. It doesn't kill this.
Nope. She'll survive with 1, and that's all we needed.
Yep. That also means we gain a bunch of life off them attacking her.
Yeah. Also,
I think we're gonna blow this clue up weirdly enough.
Yeah, because we Wrath. We just get... Because when World Breaker enters...
Oh yeah,
we Kozilek's Return. So we can either hit the clue or a land.
Yeah, I was hitting the clue because of this, but I forgot we wrath off Kozilek's Return, so we
for
just...
5.
Weirdly enough, we're going to hit our own land. Alright, so next turn we get to... I'm going to show you some cool sequencing.
Keep your finger away from the 2.
Alright. Alright.
Are we gonna sack the?
So we're gonna put Kozilek's Return last, then Sanctum Ugin on top, exile one of his man lands. So now we get to sack Sanctum of Ugin since it would die anyway.
It blows itself up.
Yep.
Yep.
Go get a World Breaker. Yes. Bam. See? Sequencing. And we still have our Nissa.
And we saved about 5 life.
Yeah.
Well, exactly 5 life on them going for it. Pia Nalar.
That's fine. Two, three, four, five, 6. Alright. I'm going to spring.
To get an island.
Yep. Play Chandler. Plus this forest.
I don't know if they can hear me if I talk.
I don't know. Alright. I'm just going to attack with both. Like, I think it's fine if... Yeah, I'm just going to attack with both. We're at a high enough life total, and this Nissa's done enough work. Like, obviously we want it to stick around, but...
But they really can't attack either.
Yeah. And it went, like, no matter how they attack...
They might... Yeah. Because they're in a really bad position here.
Like, if they hit a 4th land, they get to attack with Thopter and kill Nissa, but I guess we did have a Reacher, but...
But they're also just... Yeah.
I'm going to chump to save Nissa, because it makes the same amount of mana doing that.
And it also provides us with, if they only play 1 blocker, we just win the game.
Yep.
Yep.
Meow.
Deck's great, we're great. Alright, let's find out where Andre's at.
They can't hear me.
They can? Oh god.
They're downstairs. Have a meeting.
Pass. Perfect. Bottom. He has had Thraben Inspector every single game, so I think he cheats.
Wonder if this is LSV. Just getting the perfect draw. Nah, we'd have. Alright, so that card can get annoying.
Yeah. Luckily we get to Wrath in 2 turns. And then hopefully we've drawn something to do by then.
Alright, so right now we're taking 5.
Yeah. We might be taking 1 billion.
Be taking
Darn.
7.
I wanted him to have a
Bushwhacker?
yeah, bushwhacker there, so we could 4 for 1 him. Like we would take 1 billion damage, but
We would have stabilized too.
yeah. Alright. Let's draw some gas. The artifact that taps for 2 mana would be perfect.
Hedron Archive.
Yeah, because we get to do that into World Breaker flat. Or no, that's not Kozilek's Return. Ugh.
That was a pretty good draw.
Yeah. Alright. Well, probably losing this game, unfortunately. Like, pretty guaranteed. Things we've learned so far: need more sideboard cards against aggro.
Yeah.
Just more wraths. Or even spot removal. Like having lightning strikes in these games would have been nice. Like, because this probably would have been a lightning strike if we had had it. Yep. Alright. Alright, so we just need... We have 2 more rounds to go 3-2. So... But I like the deck so far.
Yeah.
Obviously, we just need to make some edits to... Obviously, I think we're going to cut some of the Sandworm, since they're not moat. I misread that card.
Yeah, we could definitely, I think, bump it to at least 1, maybe even 2 more Kozilek's Returns. Because I think you really want to either be ramping or dealing with their board, not really just waiting.
Yep.
Like, we've definitely had some turns where you just sit and wait. And
I'm going to keep this. Alright, the green-black deck, is, depending on which version of the deck, it's relatively slow. Not slow, but it isn't hyper-aggressive, so we can have some time to set up. Sorry, everyone. Let's get a forest. Alright, let's draw a 2-drop mana to work. Nice. That island's also nice, because we don't have to use energy to cast Rogue Refiner.
Alright, let me see a Nissa.
Yeah. I'm really glad he hasn't played anything before that. Alright, slow build up to this World Breaker, but sure, you can have an 0-1. Now the legendary dude.
Walking Ballista.
What does Ballista for 1 do that...
He can put 1/1 counters with Nissa.
Yeah, but what's this 2 mana mean? I'm just gonna... I'm gonna hold it back to block with. I really don't know what him holding that 2 mana... That must point towards him having a removal spell of some sort, like the black neg 5. This is fine. Because we get to exile it with World Breaker. Or we probably exile Walking Ballista, honestly. Yeah.
Because right now, World Breaker would be bigger than the Vergis Gearhulk.
Yeah, and if he plays a second Gearhulk, we get to untap and World Breaker the big Gearhulk, and we also get to keep playing World Breakers because we have Sanctums. Or we have a Sanctum and lands in hand. We are going to take 3 here, but that's fine. What does... Okay, that's not the end of the world. Yep, he's going for ultimate.
So what does Nissa Voices Zendikar do when she ultimates?
Gain X life and draw X cards, where X is the number of lands you control. Alright, well, let's cast another World Breaker.
So Sandworm Convergence isn't the worst thing here either.
Yeah, because it just pumps out dudes. Oh, are you really going to have Blossoming Defense? I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's not like it does a ton here. It's fine, because like a lot of the cards he has aren't the end of the world against us. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What do you think of Uvenwald Hydraing to go get Sanctum of Ugin so that we can World Breaker go get Ulamog? Will we have enough mana? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sack. What do you think of that? Or do we just go ahead and World Breaker this Gearhulk before it gets out of hand? I guess it's...
I mean... So, I kind of like holding back World Breaker.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna...
To wait for them to do something. Because right now, we've kind of boarded the... Like, they can't really get through this.
Mm-hmm. Trying a Kozilek's Return would be interesting.
This might not be too fun.
Alright.
So, we block Verdris with Uvenwald Hydra.
Block, double block so it kills it. We take 4, 8, 10, 12, dead. I think we're just dead no matter what. Block, 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 8. Yeah, we're Xaxes. Alright.
Alright. So yeah, I think the more we play this, the more we're seeing Sandworm Convergence
Is garbage.
would better be served as
Alright, we definitely want Confiscation Coup. I like Radiant Flames because they play enough small dudes. I'm gonna take this out. Though I guess in like situations like that, if we can land one, we get to keep making 5/5s.
Yeah, but I feel like there's just better things that we could be doing.
I kind of like Void Winnower. But is it better? Like, we don't need the rogue refiner. What do you think of that?
I think we're both playing slow grindy games, or like playing big stuff.
Yeah.
So I think an 11-9 is better than a 3-2.
Yeah. Alright, let's try this. Alright, yes, let's go first. Sure. Yep, you can attune. Let's see what we draw. Alright, let's go get a mountain and play it for information purposes. We get to take that long tusk cub in a couple of turns. Alternatively, we can rogue refiner here.
I was gonna say, if we keep rogue refining, we could just take something huge from them.
Yeah. Sure. Alright. I think we're just going to take this 4. And rogue refiner again. And now we can double block the long tusk cub.
How would you feel about blocking the Rishkar if he doesn't pump it? And then we take the long tusk cub.
I can dig it. I'm gonna double block so he can't save it with the +2/+2
blossoming
hexproof.
defense?
Yeah. Of course. Why didn't you see that coming?
Yeah. Yep, you took the confiscation coup.
Well, I will draw. No. Nope. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. 3, 4. Oh, because we can play this and then play a spring.
Yep.
I think it's not like we can do anything else.
How do you feel about chumping though?
Yeah. Second red, just in case.
So when
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's draw the taps for 2 land next turn.
oh, can he? When is he able to pay the?
Whenever on
No.
long tusk cub.
Whenever long tusk cub deals combat damage to a player, you get okay.
Yeah. Alright, I know what I want to draw.
Well, a confiscation coup would be.
Also be pretty good, yep. So do we flashback mind or ramp?
Well, if we ramp, we're guaranteed
Yeah.
the Ulamog.
can't cast it off that.
Alright, so
Ugh. Is that just lethal?
Yep.
Yep.
no.
Yeah, it is. That's 12.
Oh, yep. Again.
Okay. Yep, we definitely need more removal on the sideboard.
But that's what we're doing here. We're
Yep, testing. Heck, we need more removal main deck over those garbage.
So, when was it Bantu's Reckoning comes out?
Yes,
How would you feel about that? Over
I
the
definitely
Red
think,
Rats?
like, not over the Red Wraths, but I think, I don't know. I think it's really good because it smashes. Like, it makes the vehicles matchup absurdly good, I think. It's worth testing at least.
Because whereas I think Radiant Flames and Kozilek's Return are good,
Mm-hmm.
they just don't have enough reach. Like
Yes.
in that matchup when they had like 6/6s and 5/5s or whatever, it's really hard to craft through that.
Yes. I definitely think we should be playing some number of what's the lightning strike?
The 2 mana.
Yeah, energy
3
one.
do it.
Yeah.
Hardness Lightning.
Yeah, that one. I definitely think we should be playing Harness Lightning somewhere.
Yeah, because we're making a decent amount of
Energy.
and not really utilizing it outside of maybe 1 or 2 Aether Hubs.
Yeah. So, like, I think we can cut the Sandworm Convergence and just play Harness Lightnings there.
I would go 2 Kozilek's Returns.
Okay.
I don't know. I just feel like dealing with aggro in general,
Mm-hmm.
like, is probably better than spot removal.
I don't know. I think we could make it like 3/3 in the main deck.
Oh, that also doesn't seem too bad.
Yeah. Alright.
So we're taking 5.
Yeah, luckily we're not under like uber amounts of stress, because like once these world breakers resolve, hopefully they can just we want to start drawing something besides fatties though. I know that. Oh god.
So here a Kozilek's Return would be
Yeah, really good.
really good. Because it might just be Kozilek's Return or die.
Yep, confirmed. Well, that was fun. Alright. Radiant Flames in, Nissa's in, Confiscation Coups in, Sandworms out, Bounty 1 out, 1 Rogue Refiner out.
Looks good to me.
Oh, wait. We didn't bring in the smashes. Yeah, tragic.
We'll just win this one. Bring him in. Game 3.
Sure. Luckily he's mulliganing as well. I am going to top that.
This hand does ramp us a lot faster than
Mm-hmm.
we were looking towards game 1.
Yeah. We also get to, we can steal Heart of Kieran with Confiscation Coup, or there's a lot of things we can steal. Hey, speak of the
Hilarious.
devil.
Alright. So we're going to take 3 here. How do you feel about blocking, though.
No, we can't. I would have blocked, I think, though, because we get to go tap land, play this dude, and it doesn't change when we're confiscation cooing. So I would have blocked there. But that points me towards he might be threat light in his hand. What do you think of playing Shrine and playing both servants?
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. As opposed to,
Tap land and one servant.
I think we make more mana by going that way.
The only downside is if he randomly has some way to wrath our board, but I don't know how he does that. I don't think he does that. Another cool thing is he can't really tap. Sure, that's fine. Let's draw an untapped land so we can steal Heart of Kirin and be able to crew it. Or no, it's crew 3, not crew 2.
Alright, so it does feel really good with a Heart of Kiran on our side of the board.
Yep. Sure, you got our Hedron Archive. If that's what you're doing with your turn. Yep.
And was that 1? Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Get a red source.
What do you think of attacking? So he ones us. He can maybe 3 us. Do we just say go? Because we're not winning by.
Yeah, I like leaving it up to block with, because even if he makes it a 3, we just have the 4/4.
Yep.
So now he can attack, and buys us time.
Yep.
Like even with a Scrapkeep Scrounger, we just have time.
Yeah, now we get to pass turn and flashback this mind on his end step. Sure.
What do you feel about trading Heart of Kirans?
I think it depends on what we draw here.
That's fair.
Island. I tapped an extra mana. Tragic. It's fine. I don't think we need the mana door. There's
No.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. Yeah, we can just.
And that allows us to crew. Like we have 2/3 power things.
Yep.
Just to crew.
Mhm.
So now we're not wasting 2 creatures to make a 4/4. I think that's really beneficial.
Yeah. We can play that and still flashback mine, which I'm gonna go ahead and do because there's stuff that we can draw still. Okay.
Kozilek's return's pretty good for us, just because it removes their side of the board and it leaves us with a 3/4.
Yeah. I don't think we necessarily, and it leaves us with multiple 3/4s. I don't think we need to necessarily do that now. I like it now. Oh.
He made an emblem.
Yeah, because now his Heart of Kirin can start getting in. So now actually we get to Kozilek's return when he attacks with his Heart of Kirin, because he thinks that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because we make it a 5-3.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go ahead and block the.
Yeah.
And we play this Channeler. We just have to make sure to do that all at the correct time. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Selects return. He could have saved it there.
Yeah, you could have put an extra counter on it.
He also could have killed one of our dudes. I think that's better than. Oh god. We're dead.
Yep.
Aw, man. Had the perfects. Not the perfects, but he had cards. Alright, let's go over edits that I want to make. Alright, cut these cards.
You had talked about playing Elder Deep Fiend.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty interesting of a thought.
Yeah, let's start with we wanna play a Kozilek's Return. An extra one. Yeah, we can try Elder Deep Fiends. What, like 2 of them?
Yeah.
It's nice because it combos with Rogue Refiner, because like you go turn 3 Refiner, turn 4 Sack it to play Deep Fiend.
And he has Flash, doesn't he?
Yes.
Which is really good because you think you're safe, and then all of a sudden, bam.
It also helps against control because you can tap their lands down. Yeah. I actually really liked Ovenwald Hydra. So I might try a third one of those just to it jumps us from 6 to higher.
Yeah.
And that gets us to our 60. And now coming over to our sideboard, I think we don't need these. I like, what was the lightning one?
Harness
Lightning. I think we can cut one of these and add a third Harness Lightning. What do you think of that?
How do you feel about like a 4th Kozilek's Return? Like in the board?
I like the 3-2 split with Radiant Flames Kozilek's Return, because I think hitting 3 sometimes is relevant.
Okay.
Alright, I think I'll try that going to the future. Mana seemed fine. I think we had enough ramp spells.
Yeah, I don't feel like there was a time where we couldn't cast because of colors.
Should we should we be doing something like this? Like, since we've faced a lot more aggro decks instead of control decks where bounty is really good.
Yeah.
You like that?
Yeah. I feel like with Aetherworks Marvel not being around, like, we get more of a chance to build aggro decks in this format.
Yep.
Because you're not really getting punished by Ulamog.
Mm-hmm.
So I think with a lot more aggro decks,
Yeah.
being able to slowly get there but
Mhm.
not dying is
Mhm.
probably more important than trying to get there as fast as you can.
Yep. Okay. So that's the edits I'm going to make. I might make some videos. I don't think we're going to stream this a ton because obviously, like, we're going to get bored. If people want to post in our Facebook group at Spin Down Podcast or on our Twitter at Spin Down Podcast, if you want to tell us what you want us to stream. Because I know going forward, what we had talked about doing like a $10 EDH online or something like that. You and I each build a $10 EDH deck and we face off against each other, things like that. Playing Penny Dreadful. Obviously, we're trying to stay on a budget because we're not rich. Next week, we will be continuing our becoming a more competitive player. We'll be talking about what are we talking about? Are we deck building? Which actually, look at this. We're working on deck building here, so that ties into it. It's like I tried. And I will be trying to get a interview with Micah Diltz, the kid who biked 400 some odd miles to come in 24th at Star City, Charlotte. So yeah, follow us, like us, follow us on Facebook, and look out for our vlog from the team event this Friday.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We were the safe. We were the Spin Down, brought to you by Save Point. Matt,
I'm Tiny, and
have a good night.
Yep.